Yeah, right with God. Oh, He will show you how. Yeah, down at the cross, Jesus shed His blood. Yeah, right with God. Yeah, right with God. Everybody on. Yeah, right with God. And do it now. Yeah, right with God. Oh, He will show you how. Right down at the cross, where Jesus shed His blood. Yeah, right with God. Yeah, right with God. Well, you can go and say Nelson sang. 90 years. I want to call your attention for just a few minutes to Luke, the Gospel according to St. Luke, 15th chapter. I'll start reading at the 22nd. Stop at the 24th. He said, but the father said to his servant, quickly, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger, and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattest calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again, and he was lost and is found. So they began to celebrate. You may be seated. You called me here to help you celebrate. Deborah called my secretary and asked me what I was going to preach about. And I told her I wasn't going to tell her. I don't usually tell people what I'm going to preach about because when I get to the place, my mind be done changed. And y'all say that, oh, Nelson done lied. I got y'all laughing. Hey, I want to talk about this evening, let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. We are the most celebrated people in the world. Everything got its day. Include our dogs, our cats. We celebrate everything. The renowned poet Lucy Clivert had a compelling line in one of her poems that extended a marvelous invitation. Marvelous invitation. And listen to the invitation. It said, come celebrate with me. For every day, something has tried to kill me and has failed. This is an invitation that all of us can extend. This is an invitation that the young, the old, the poor, the rich, male, female, learned, unlearned, can identify with. Come celebrate. Come rejoice. Come and party with me. It's party time. Huh? It's party time. 90 years. Some people don't live to get 90 days old. But 90 years. The Lord has brought this church from a mighty, mighty, mighty long way. You all know what I'm talking about. From there to here. From this to that. It was Jesus, Mary's baby, the lily of the valley, and morning star that brought us this far. Come party with me. Come party with me. Come celebrate. Come rejoice and come and party with me. For every day, something has tried to kill me and has failed. All that was designed against us have failed. There are over 1 million diseases capable of destroying human life. Blood disorder, heart condition, cancer, tumor, COVID-19. So far, all of them are capable of taking our life. But yet we continue to survive. The air is polluted. The water is polluted. Much of our food is contaminated. We breathe this polluted air in and out of our lungs. We drink this water. We eat this contaminated food, and yet we survive. Oh yes, we can identify with all these diseases. And the invitation is, come, celebrate with me, for every day something has tried to kill me. It has failed. We all to celebrate because we have survived. Amen, lights. Come on up to you. Somebody ought to say amen. Each one of us have survived our own personal mishaps. The bad choices, the poor decisions, the ups and downs, personal weakness. So much of the trouble we have gotten into have been self-inflicted. We have said something, thought something, or done something we should have not. Do I have a witness? You have rolled your eyes at me, but I didn't roll mine back at you. We have lied to ourselves. We have spent too much time covering up our faults, attempting to hide them from ourselves. Each one of us has talked ourselves into doing things that could have destroyed us. Do I have a witness? This story is told of a man who goes to one of his friend's houses one Saturday morning to visit. And when the friend knocked on the door and the other friend opened the door, he sees that there are fresh wounds on his friend's face. And when the friend inquired about the wound, the man confessed that he drank too much. Do I have any drunkards in here today? He admitted he drunk too much the night before. See, he partied. And while intoxicated, he's in bed. While intoxicated, he said the phone rang. And he reached for what he thought was the phone to hold it to his ear, but instead he picked up a hot iron and burned his ear with it. And the friend said, well, I'm sorry that happened. But then, what about the other side? Well, he explained how one side was burned, but it happened to the other side. He said, well, the man answered, he said, the fool called me back. So many of us have been burnt more than once by something that we said we will never repeat. We have brought situations into our lives that cause us extensive problems. Yet after working out our way out of this particular problem, we find ourselves returning to the very source of the problem. But in spite of all our bad choices, we have survived. So let's celebrate. But we have overcame our self-inflicted wound. Do I have a witness? The devil wants you dead. I can say to you what Jesus said to Peter. The devil wants to shift like wheat. The devil wants to kill you with drugs, alcohol, food, depression, a broken heart, and stress. The devil tried to drive you insane. Tried to kill you in that automobile accident. He tried to convince you that you were a loser and that life itself was not worth living. Satan sent his demon spirits to stalk you on that job. In that marriage, he tried to mess it up. And every time you turn around, your own children are against you. But you survived. You came through all of it. Come, let's celebrate. I'm going to preach it a minute. But every day, something have tried to destroy you and failed. But for those still struggling for this level of victorious living, I stop by, I want you to deposit in your spirit a major key that every believer must recognize those things that deserve to be celebrated. There's some things in our lives that we ought to celebrate. Jesus, Mary's baby, the lily of the valley, woke us up this morning. There's something to celebrate. A whole lot of people didn't wake up this morning, but you and I got up in our right mind. Do not let anything in you or outside of you block your celebration. The act of celebration is extended to each and every one of you. When you celebrate, it suggests more than joy. It also suggests victory. Do I have a witness? That which ought to be celebrated is proof that God has been active on your behalf. It's evidence that God has been working for you victorious. In many times we got something to celebrate. In these 90 years, you only had 5 preachers. Do I have a witness? And God has been with each and every one of us. He has brought us from a mighty long way through seen and unseen danger. Those who do not know that they are victorious will adopt the attitude of a loser. I'm not a loser. No, I'm not a loser. But Nelson, why are you not a loser? I got Jesus. Mary's baby. Little everybody on my side. He promised to never leave me. He promised no weapon formed against me shall prosper. He promised if I live right, heaven belongs to me. He promised if I treat you right, heaven belongs to you. He's all right. You are have a witness. Sit down. I ain't through yet. Yeah. I'm about to go. The text for the message teaches the value of celebration. In the 15th chapter of Luke, there are 3 people that celebrated. One lost a sheep, one lost a corn, and one lost a son. But nevertheless, each one found. And each one invited somebody to celebrate. Some of you all, you celebrate, you have your little secret party. Parties that you won't invite me. You want to invite Mike. And you get down. Let you have that. But come up in here. Won't open your mouth. Do I have a witness? Well, Nelson, I forgot. When you wanted $35, you didn't forget. Help me, somebody. Dr. Luke tell us that in the 15th chapter of the gospel, a father who had 2 sons. The youngest son demanded that the father give him his portion of inheritance. The father didn't argue with him. It made him angry, but he didn't argue with him. Instead, he granted his young son his request. And this itself would have been enough to make many men very bitter. But the story does not indicate that the father got mad. The son was, at the very least, inconsistent. However, the father was good. Yes, he was. The story is told of two sons. One was a loser. One was bitter. But there was a third son. You know, so what you mean? I know what the Bible says, but there was a third son. And that third son was Jesus. Jesus, Mary's baby. He didn't ask his father for any inheritance. He didn't waste his inheritance. What he did was he died that all of us may have a right to the tree of life. The third son shed his blood that all of us may have a right to the tree of life. Thank God for his son Jesus. But the Bible informs us that the boy went to a far country. Do I have a witness? He went to a far country. Once upon a time, all of you in Bailey Town, when you want to have a good time, you used to sneak to Winston-Salem or Greensboro. But you found too many friends there, so you migrate to Charlotte. Do I have a witness? If you found too many in Charlotte, and so you done trotted down to Atlanta. Do I have a witness? Oh, I'm a preacher now. And he went there having a good time. You know, when you got a pocket full of money, you got friends. When you got a car, you can always get a ride. But get broke, and your friends are few. Car break down, and they'll pass you and throw up their hands. Do I have a witness? He got a job in the hog pen, feeding hogs, eating hog food. One day, he came to himself. I heard him say that in my Father's house, the servants eat better than what I'm eating right now. I believe I'll go back home and tell my Father to forgive me and make me a servant. Do I have a witness? He got up, making his way home. But he didn't know that his father every morning went out on the front porch and looked down the corner to see could he see his son. One morning, he got him up, put put on his clothes and went to the front porch. And he saw his son coming all raggedy, all muddy. But one thing about it, I don't care how your child looks, you can always recognize it. He came, and I heard him say, Father, forgive me. I have sinned against heaven and you. Make me a servant. And the father said, no, I've been praying. Prayer can go where we can't go. Do what we can't do. Keep on praying. And prayer will bring you out. Prayer will bring you home. Do I have a witness? Do I have a witness? No! Do I have a witness? He said, bring the ring and put it on his finger. Bring a rope and put it on my child. Because I thought he was dead, but he's alive. Oh Lord, he's alive. And put sandals on his feet. I said he told him to go out there and find the fattest cow and kill it, because we gonna celebrate my cow that I thought was dead, but is alive. Celebrate. Celebrate. Well, the elder brother came home and said, what's going on? And said that we are celebrating. He said, celebrating what? He said, your brother which was lost is come back home. And your father is throwing a party like we never seen before. And the elder brother, the father said, come on in. And the elder brother got mad and said, I'm not coming in. You didn't give me a party. The father said, wait a minute. You didn't ask me for a party. You've been with me, and everything that I got is yours. Your brother that I thought was dead, but now is alive. We ought to celebrate. We ought to celebrate. So the father left the door open for the elder son to come on in to celebrate. But this is the role of the church. The church must help people see the hand of the Lord in their life. The minister of the church must minister the word to encourage people to look more careful until they see that in their lives there are reasons to celebrate. All of us got reason to celebrate. All of us got reason. When you go home, in every room, you ought to thank God that you got a roof over your head. And if your house is paid for, you ought to jump up and say, thank you. Thank you. Do I have a witness? Children of God, let's celebrate. Open your eyes and look at all that the Lord has done for you. Do I have a witness? Let's celebrate the blessings that are ours in the present moment. Let us celebrate the Lordship of Jesus Christ in our lives. Realize that because His Lordship have blessed us over and over again. Let's celebrate the fact that every day with Jesus is sweeter than the day before. Come on, Greater Town. I know you have some problems, but thank God that you have more than problems. You have a God who has been good to you. So stop frowning. Stop rolling your eyes. Stop bowing your head. Stop poking out your mouth and put a smile on your face. Get your shouting shoes on. Get them on. And tell God thank you. Thank you. But let me say something. I'm about to close now. A songwriter said that there's going to be a great celebration. You have anniversaries, everything. You celebrate. We celebrate 90 years. But there's going to be a celebration in heaven. So when all of us get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout the victory. When we all get to heaven, we all will be able to say, thank you, God. Is there anybody in here would like to thank the Lord? You might go on your feet and run around this church. Run around this church. If you're not too deep, run around. Let's celebrate. You got something to celebrate. Whoa, go around. Get going. It's celebrating. Shout.